Hello YouTube, this is Are You a Train Man 2? I decided to make an update video since my last video. I did a couple of different things to the layout I wanted to show. Mainly for other people who also want to model the same thing. Walthers chain link fence kit. It comes out of the box ready to assemble, they say, but I know there's a couple of differences that may be a little difficult for modelers to model because the metal wires don't glue to the plastic posts very well. I'm also making a grade crossing here using some styrene and I have filler putty on there to fill in a crack. It didn't exactly come out ready to fit, so I had to put some putty in there. And another chain link fence around the Ticha Gas Company. The Ticha Gas Company is just one of the little industries I decided to add on the layout. It was actually supposed to be a spur for the engine house, and I was just going to put maybe a caboose on there or something, but decided to actually turn it into its own industry later on. I added a telephone pole with a guy wire, and the gate actually opens and closes for the company. So does the gate at the front door or entrance. I've almost finished my homemade log truck. The cab and chassis is a Herpa model, and the frame is all scratch built out of styrene and brass, and the logs are wooden dowels. Still not done. There's still a lot that needs to be done, but you know, I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'll show you real quick how I modified the poles. I bought a X-Acto knife with a number 75 drill bit from Walthers. The kit, the chain link kit from Walthers, has the poles that look like this. They're very small, very small to drill holes in. It comes with wire for the posts, and it comes with a mesh netting material for the actual chain link material. What I did was I drilled holes. I know you can't see it on my video camera, but there's a little fat piece right up here at the top, and there's a fat piece right down here at the bottom. What I take and drill a hole right here just by twisting the pin vise, and then you take the wire and stick it through the hole, and then you repeat this with every pole, which comes like this on a sprue, and you have to cut it off. Might be easier for some people to drill right onto the sprue, leave it on there. I didn't. I removed them and then had to drill them individually. What I did was just put my finger real hard down there, and then I could drill on it. But after 9 or 10 pulls, your knuckles will start to hurt. But then after I got the poles together, I spray painted it with a shiny aluminum silver, and after the silver was dried, I glued the netting on, cut it to fit, of course, and then glued it on. And I did not spray paint the netting. I imagine the spray paint would probably eat the netting and ruin it, and then, you know, it'd ruin your day. Chain link kits are not cheap. and they're actually a little difficult to come by. I've been to several hobby shops here in the Pacific Northwest, and none of them had the chain link fencing in HO scale. So I had to order it, and it took a long time to get here, and just a hassle. But anyway, there is my chain link from Walthers. Good little addition to the layout. I know what you're thinking. Who needs details like chain link fencing? I thought the same thing. And then I added it to my layout, and I know the video doesn't do it justice. The layout looks a lot better in person, but the chain link fencing looks really good after it's all put together, especially with the little notch prairie tufts of grass. I'm not sure if you can see that, but those notch prairie tufts are they're a lot like the sill floor by Scenic Express. They're kind of expensive, but worth every penny. Got a little water hole there. Anyway, just a little bit more done on the layout. I did scratch build a fifth wheel travel trailer. It's not completed yet, but it looks like the one that my parents owned and used to go traveling with. It's not done yet, but it's looking alright, I guess. And you know, a few other various things, such as I finally put a sign on the mill, Multnomah Plywood Company. I know it probably doesn't really exist, but who cares? And I added real concrete piers that I made a mold to out of styrene and casted real concrete bridge piers for my bridge. I don't know if you can see in the picture, but it's cracking. It actually adds realism, but one of these days my bridge will end up on the floor. Just the price you have to pay when you're modeling. Everything goes wrong once in a while, or usually. Anyway, let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Maybe I'll show you actually how to put one of those chain link fences together and make it work without falling apart. I tried to glue it to the outside and ended up having to drill holes. But that's what happens. Goodbye.